Hey, it's Scott in Kingston, Ontario, and it's June the 7th today. It's supposed to be a cloudy, rainy day today. They've been screwing up the forecast every day, I think. Nice and sunny, low to mid 70s today. I thought I'd go around and I took some pictures yesterday of the yard, but I thought I'd go around and take a bit of a video. First thing I noticed this morning when I came down to have a look at my palms in the garden is my big windmill palm is flowering. So I should know once the flower comes out whether I have a male or female. None of my other windmill palms are flowering yet, but my needle palm is flowering, and it does every year. So there's the first, and it probably has another one around the back. I just haven't looked. And this needle palm is starting to put out its first full leaf. This is another trachea I got. So I'll have a nice row of 3. The one in the middle, though, is just taking right off. It's growing like crazy, and if you look back at my older videos, that palm was about the size of that palm when I planted it. And now it's caught up pretty much to my big one, which was a field-grown palm, and it was planted 3 years ago, so this is its 3rd year in the ground. And it's slow, and I think it's because it was field-grown, and the root ball obviously was cut down. So it's taken a while to establish roots. So I'm hoping this is the year it's gonna go. But it looks really healthy, and that's what matters. My Magnolia virginianas look really good. Put out their leaves, and they'll be putting out more over the next month or so. And I've got flower buds all over them. So no damage to these trees. I think they're going to be pretty sustainable here in my growing zone. And here's the other one, and there's a flower bud on it. It's got lots, so this thing will look really, really nice. It'll probably be flowering in the next week or 2, and it'll look great all summer. Love this tree. Kept its leaves until middle of January when we had a bit of an ice storm. So it's semi-evergreen here. And looking around the garden, I've got my Yucca filamentosa that's coming back after it's flowered. Salt Spring Island palm tree that wasn't protected with heat. Small leaf rhododendron looking really well. I've got some little red bananas I planted. They seem to be doing okay. Eucalyptus tree I found in Kingston, funny enough. Dollarianum. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Silver dollar. Here's a big leaf rhododendron I planted this year. The leaves are about the same size as a magnolia leaf, or maybe a little bit smaller. Looks nice. See how that does here. Another rhododendron. Don't know the name of this, but I bought this in Niagara. Very nice looking rhodo. This is the banana that I overwintered in my garage and planted it out in April. And it's slow to take off, but we had about 2 weeks of humid weather in May, 10 days or so, and then it just has been it was cool after that. Now it's just nice, like comfortable every day. So once the humidity returns, which is looking like next week, the bananas will take off once again. My hens and chickens are coming back after a rabbit destroyed a lot of stuff in my yard. My Viburnum Davidii is putting out its new leaves, and this is again sustainable here in my growing zone in 5B. Big leaf magnolia coming back, and coming back from the sides, which Paul told me is a good thing. So it didn't grow from the top bud. It's put out new buds, and it's growing out the sides. Found a bay leaf tree at one of the local nurseries here. That won't live in the ground, I don't believe. Not sure what I'll do with it. My American holly tree, it's putting out all its new leaves. It's been started about 3 weeks ago. So this must be, I'd say it's probably going to be sustainable here. My Magnolia Bracken's Brown Beauty, you can see all its new buds everywhere, brand new leaves coming out. Some damage to the older leaves, but this tree will look just great in about 6 weeks or so. It'll be very, very full looking. You can see flower buds. This tree has not flowered since 2009. So we had a 6B winter this year, which I'm sure has helped quite a bit. But it's going to flower, and I love the big flowers on them. Another rhodo I've had for a few years that actually looks really good. I've been treating the soil with sulfate, and it's really helping because we have a lot of clay soil here. And I've also been using pine chips, mixing in with my soil. Here's another Yucca filamentosa that was eaten by a rabbit, flowered last year. It's coming back nicely. And I've now stopped the rabbit problem, and I've covered in my entire yard wherever there was gaps, big field behind my yard, and covered it all in with wood, so there'd be no more rabbits getting into my yard. Here's my Philostachys bamboo, and it's 9 feet, almost 10 feet tall. This was given to me by Paul, a single cane, and now I had more canes, but the rabbits ate them. I had 13 canes in total. Now I have about 7 or 8. This is the hardy clumping bamboo mixed in with it. Here's another magnolia. This is an Edith Bogue, and it went through. This is its second winter. The first winter was the 5A winter. This one was 6B. Has some damage, but it'll be fine. Little stem dieback actually. A little bit of the stems died back at the top, but it's fine. It'll make a full recovery. Japanese umbrella pine, putting out its new needles. Again, I think this one will be sustainable here in my growing zone. Little fig tree. I'm going to try that out. Don't know if I'll get figs off it. It's pretty small. Here's a Cuba japonica green form, which is come back very, very nicely. Lost my other one. That was one of the only plants I lost this year. And then it's been coming back pretty nicely, though, the rest of it. Here's some leather leaf, and this was all eaten down by a rabbit, and it's all coming back. And I really like this plant, so I was really upset that a rabbit got at it, but it's coming back, so pretty happy there. The other neat thing I noticed is crepe myrtles. So this crepe myrtle here was protected with the space heater. So with this palm, with this trachy palm and the sable minor, it was all within the one palm box that I did this year with a space heater. So that crepe myrtle was inside, and I cut it down. It was about 6-7 feet tall last year, and I cut it down, and now you can see it's got leaves all over it. The neat thing is the rest of these palms were just staked and wrapped with plastic. This crepe myrtle over here, I threw a rose cone on it, and it looked dead for the longest time, and I just left it. I didn't do anything with it. And now I've noticed yesterday that I actually have new leaves starting. So that's pretty good. Bought that in South Carolina 4 years ago, or 2009. Didn't know if it'd be able to handle the winter unprotected or not heat protected. And it has, so it'll just be important for it to gain quite a bit of size this summer. If not, it'll probably die over the winter. And my cactus got moved over here, and they're loaded with flower buds. So that should look nice. Beginning of July, these usually flower for me. So that's the backyard.